Hello everybody, welcome back to another video at Rule 1 Model Railways. Today we will be expanding our track plan, stay tuned for more. So as you can see here, we've got some more track laid down for the Fiddle yard. In the sidings we're going to be adding 5 more bays along here into a kickback siding that comes off the main line down that way, so you can kick back into the siding. So to get a general view for the layout we're laying today, we have a pair of points there, 3-way there, then a rake of points providing the sidings up this end. And we're going to lay those down today and await for the point motors to arrive later on next week. We're also picking up the programming track and moving that over so we can fit 2 more sidings down there. So in order to get the points lined up with the holes where the point motors are going to come through, the rods of those, what I've done, I've used a paint marker and I've noted, if I put this back where it was, just there where the point was, you can see at the edge, the dot's right at the edge there, the very end of travel for where the rod's going to be, and the same there. And what I do, I shift it back just a little bit, about a centimetre, maybe 8mm, and put another white line at the back. That shows me exactly where I need to drill the holes for the point motors to come through, and we get it right first time every time on these. So when I drill it, I've got a wood drill with the small bit on the end with a little sharp piece. I point that right in the middle and then just drill. There we go. And I'm using a 10mm piece drill bit. That's making big enough holes. Now you can use a smaller drill bit, which I have on all my other points out the front, because for scenic wise it's better to have smaller holes, but on the fiddle yard I just want the best reliability possible. So now we've done that, we can wipe away the excess there, all of the wood chips. You can see where that point motor is going to be. And now it sits right above the hole, ready to install the point motors underneath. First of all, we're going to pin the track down just slightly with a couple of pins and then attach the point motor underneath. But for now, because we don't have the point motors, we're going to install all of it lightly, and we're going to attach the point motors when they arrive. So looking at the new Peco Unifrog points, they come like this, and they have a piece of wire wrapped around. Now that piece of wire, if I unwrap it, as you can see there, is attached to the frog at the bottom. Now these are the new points that are coming in from Peco. They're due to replace Electrofrog and Incelfrog. The reason for that is they're going to have just one set of points that does everything. It will reduce their costs and make wiring a lot easier and more reliable. So you have the option there. As you can see, the frog here is still metal with plastic parts either side. Basically that frog is isolated from the rest of the point. However, if you should choose to do so, you can wire in that wire into a polarity changer unit, or one of the frog juicers that you can get for DCC, and you can have these set up as an Electrofrog, so you haven't got to spend out straight away to get reliable running. You can just install it as it is and maybe purchase the frog juicers at a later date, which I think is a lot better, and I prefer this way of wiring the points. I think that's a very clever thing of Peco to have done, so thank you very much, Peco. So what it does mean though, is when you're installing the points, you do have to add an extra hole. so that you can wire the frog wire through your board. So looking here, as you can see, it was meant to go, sorry, that one there is meant to go here, this one. I'm going to have to put an additional hole right there through where the frog is, which isn't too bad. I shall just use a 10mm bit again and drill just over where the frog is and drill straight through, and that'll allow me to wire the frogs in at a later date. So we'll do that now. So if we have a look underneath, I can see the frog wire attaches there. So if I put that right where it's supposed to be, hover the drill over the top of it, and then move it out of the way and lower it, that is where I need it to be. So I'm going to drill through there. And that will allow me to wire the frog in at a later time. Now, the way that Peco had done it as well, the electricity is actually carried from the two feeder rails across to the two relative parts just past the frog there, off of the tail end. And you can wire it in like that as an in-cell frog, and the power is still supplied at the end, at the toe end of the point, which it greatly improves running, even when you're using them as an in-cell frog type point. So as you can see from this end, we've been hard at work today. There used to be 4 tracks there, 3 sidings and a DCC testing line. We've now added 2 more and moved the DCC testing line over. Everything is now weighed down as it's gluing, as you can see. All the way up to here at the baseboard joint, it's soldered down to some screw heads across the joint. 3-way point is in, and the brand new sidings are now all in. I will, once the glue is dry, take all this off and we'll have a look in the morning. See you in a bit. So actually I didn't get around to showing you guys the next morning what the new system looks like here in the fiddle yard with the extension. But as you can see there, I have finished wiring up the electrics in there. But we still haven't got the point motors yet, so currently trains are just shuttling on the software up and down the system, as I say, which I've wired in. Just so I can have a little play about on it to check it. But I have all the block detection in for the sidings themselves, and we're just waiting for the control for the points so we can use them on the computer too. There we are. Other than that, it's been a very good job. Very easy actually. Especially now with my new understanding of block detection, I understood it straight away as I was installing it, and it only took me a couple hours to do rather than weeks. And here we go, train's coming back down. No problems at all. And should stop within a centimetre or so of the end. We'll have a look, see where it stops. There we go, so the parameters in iTrain are all correct as well. In the next video I will show you the installation of the point motors, and these are new motors that we haven't used before, the MP1 units that come from a company called MTB in Eastern Europe, along with DR4018 digital accessory decoders we're going to use to control them. So that's a completely new system for me, and we'll see what they do. See you then. Thank you very much. Bye bye.